This is ESPN Esports. My name is Ardo Cal, here with Ghost Bizzle, the highest earner in Fortnite competitive today. We are here at the Fortnite World Cup. It is media day, but everything is set up, Bizzle. It looks fantastic. The fan area is there. The stage is fully set up. Tell me about that, walking around here, especially around the stage. What were your initial thoughts when you saw it all?
Seeing the stage and everything, I didn't think it'd be that professional. It looks really nice. There's 2 floors of the players, so I'm on the top level, so I like that a lot. And then coming
You prefer
outside,
being on the top level?
Yeah, I do like
okay.
it. You can see more of the fans, and it just looks a lot better. But coming outside and seeing everything they have planned for everybody else to see, it's pretty cool.
So you actually like seeing the fans, because a lot of the competitors were saying they didn't necessarily know how they would react to 20,000 people watching them. You're looking forward to this.
Yeah, I love seeing spectators at an event, and I hope it fills up. I think it'd be really cool. The largest event we've had is maybe 1,000 people, so seeing it go up to 25 is really exciting.
Yeah, so what are you expecting? Imagine yourself in this scenario. You are there, second floor, like you said, 25,000 people, 20,000 people watching you, the roar of the crowd, you being in this moment competing for upwards of millions of dollars, and there you are, computer in front of you, competing. What do you think that moment is going to be like in just the whole tournament?
So I've played in tournaments before. This is my first one,
Sure.
but when I'm sitting down in my station and I'm just ready to game, it's all in my head, and I'm not looking around during the game, and I'm just focused on myself and doing what I have to do to win.
Yeah, so you're going to be completely dialed in. You won't take a moment to just, even the like you said, 1,000 people, but this is 20. This is 20 times that. Just the idea of being in that moment and taking a second to absorb that. You're just going to shut that right out, and you're just going to focus on what's ahead of you.
Well, if there's 20,000 people, screaming my name, I think that's going to make me play better. It's going to hype me up, and I'm hoping that I'll make it late game and people are chanting for me.
Sure. You are the highest earner, as we mentioned, in Fortnite history. Coming into a tournament like this, a lot of people know your name. A lot of people have mentioned that we've talked to that they enjoy watching you play and enjoy, look up to you, so to speak. So you're one of the favorites, really, coming into this tournament. Do you feel like you have a target on your back as a result?
I'd say some players might aim to, gun at me and think that I'm maybe the top seed in this tournament or whatever. But, in the end of the day, we're not seeing each other in the game. No one knows who each other is in the game, so it's 99 other players, and I'm mainly just playing against myself, making sure that, I'm playing the right game, playing it smart, and playing to win.
Who are some of the competitors that you're looking forward to either meeting for the first time or competing against here today, this weekend?
Well, it's cool seeing, some of the younger EU players which haven't been able to attend other events. This is the first event where it's going to be, I think, 13 is the age limit, so we have a lot of 13, 14, 15-year-olds. Before it's been 16, so it's cool seeing, really the best players in the world. You see the Mongrel and you see Benjy Savage. I'm just hoping I can come out on top of them and prove that I am the best player.
Hey, yeah, players like Nyx and Savage, who are 14 years of age. Are you impressed with how many young competitors there are? I mean, the age range is 14 to 24, which is incredible.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's really cool that they're here, and I think, if anything, they have more of a target on their back than me. They're coming in here and everyone says they're the best, but they never played a tournament this big. They never even played at an epic tournament, so they gotta know how to handle their nerves during a full tournament, full of 6 games, and every game counts.
So what will motivate you? What motivates you here this weekend? Is it the glory of winning it all, being first place, holding that trophy high above your head, or is it the prize money, the idea that you can take home millions of dollars after this weekend?
The prize money is always a bonus, but I'm here to win, and that's all I'm really trying to do. The money's crazy, even top 10, and no matter what place I finish up in, I'm taking home some money. So I'm not worried about that as much as just placing well and proving my fans right that I am one of the best players in the world.
Talk about Fortnite Esports in general. I mean, this is the thing of this magnitude, the amount of people that are going to be here, just a tournament like this being viewed by possibly millions of people around the world, millions of dollars in prize money, $30 million here this weekend. For all the talk about challenges and qualification or even just the formats and whatnot, what will motivate you as someone who's very integral to the Fortnite community to continue competing in Fortnite Esports?
So Fortnite's always been a game where they're changing the map, changing everything about their game constantly. I think that's what keeps it fresh. There's obviously going to be a limit to where that's said and done, but obviously competing in different cities. New York, it's the first time it's been here. My family's here, so I'll have them cheer me on, but going in the future, maybe new game modes, trios, squads, and mixing it up and trying to change from what they've done in the past.
So I know that you enjoy having your family send you videos, when you win, their reaction videos. Are you going to be keeping an eye on them on stage, or is that tradition going to continue? How are you going to handle that in this live environment?
I'm sure if I'm making a top 5, making a late game in the games, that they'll be recording, and hopefully I can see it whenever. But hopefully from my seats, I'll be able to see where they're sitting in the stands and maybe wave or shout them out however I can during the tournament.
But people who aren't there maybe will still be sending you video, whether it's friends and family?
Yeah, I hope so. They always have crazy reactions, screaming, even my dog barking. It's all fun.
Yeah. Let's talk about changes in the game. Obviously, in past tournaments, we've seen some major changes happen even a day or two before a major tournament. But here, the last major update we saw was airstrike. So when that came out, how were you able to adapt? What did you think of the update going into such a big tournament like this, and how has your practice been?
So waking up and then seeing that there's an airstrike in Fortnite was kind of like, this is a dream. I didn't think it was real, but I wasn't against it or opposed to it. But it's not really that bad of an item when you think about it. It's something that's easily preventable, just holding builds above your head. But I'm glad they're not adding anything too drastic to the game, like a day before or 2 days before. They said the new sniper they added in the game, it's not going to be in the World Cup, which
Yes.
I'm glad they're finally taking an approach to, competitive players and how they feel about new items added on the day of a tournament.
What would your ideal scenario be? How much time in advance would you like to practice in a mode that won't, or in a meta that won't change going into a major tournament?
So it depends on meta, and then also for Kata, we'd say the map change the day before a tournament.
Right.
So I think a map change could be different from a gun change or a new item or anything. I think a decent amount of time would be 2 to 3 weeks for an item, but the map, I think that'd be 1.5 months. It needs more time to adjust landing spots and everything. So I know some of the Liquid guys are a little messed up by that, but we'll see how it goes.
So there are a few Ghost colleagues of yours that are here qualified for the Fortnite World Cup as well. One name that comes to mind is Aiden. He is one of the very few controller-based players that qualified here. How remarkable a feat is that, given that, 95, 96% of the people that are here qualified with a mouse and keyboard?
Yeah, it's really good for him, and I think it's really challenging for him especially. Him and Sean have been playing great together on the West Coast, and they've been getting better every week of the World Cup, and they finally qualified, and I was really happy for them, and I hope they do really good at this tournament.
Whether they're part of your team or not, who are some of the competitors that you're keeping an eye on and have a lot of respect for?
I respect all the players. I'm more worried about EU players and seeing how they play. They play a lot differently. They play more aggressive, and I just hope I don't run into them during a tournament. But it's mainly just playing against myself and making sure that I don't mess up during a tournament. It's only 6 games, so even one mess up can bring you down the rankings.
I know in other esports there is often a USA versus the world kind of mentality. Does that exist here? I know that there weren't too many spots around the world, a lot of them based in America, but is there that sort of vibe when you're meeting the European players or the players from Oceania, a little bit of a, hey, we're here representing our region and we're very proud of it?
Yeah, I'm sure that there's definitely a rivalry between NA and EU. I think that's probably the biggest rivalry in Fortnite right now. But you're seeing everyone from all over the world, like Brazil, Asia, and Oceania. So it's cool seeing them, but I'm just excited. And I'm rooting for any NA players, so I would hope they do well.
Last thing, what would you say to your fans out there regarding this weekend who are watching this and hoping that you win?
So I want to say thank you for all my supporters, and hopefully I can come out on top, but I'll do my best no matter what.
Bizzle joining us here on ESPN Esports. Keep it locked at ESPN.com/esports.